Hello on for our new build, day one recap, I guess you can call this. So I know I said in the last video I was gonna go totems, but that was my original plan for Right totems. The day I was off streaming, I was pretty much finishing re-leveling all the gems, which I did. Then I put the gear for sale, sold it off. So my original plan was to go totems, but holy crap, those cluster jewels are crazy expensive, but much cheaper than this build. So what happened was when I was off stream that day, I saw that MBX started playing Accuracy Stacker again, and last league when he did that, so the prices started at like here. When he starts streaming Accuracy Stacker, they go up to here, and when he puts a video out, they go like this. And I was planning on playing this build already. I started pretty much before this league started. I told my chat, this is the build we're gonna try to play this league. We're gonna try to make it to the point where it can do everything no problem. It's a very heavy currency investment, but pretty much since he started playing, I had to pretty much pick this build up a little bit faster than I expected. I was picking this build up throughout the first couple days, actually. The first couple days league, I had pretty much 80% of the build already. Picking all up super cheap, like 1 chaos here, 2 chaos here. Extra currency I had from the Spectre build, Totem builds I was playing, I put towards this build, picked up items when they were super cheap. Luckily I did, because prices now are like 10 times the price I paid for everything. So, due to that, we ended up going Accuracy Stacker earlier than I hoped. I was planning on playing this build maybe like another 3-4 weeks in the league. But pretty much we had to pick up the build now, so we went to Accuracy Stacker. We'll probably go totems after this, once I get this build to the point where I can farm currency for totems. And it's at a good state where I can go play totems and come back to this later. So right now I'm only level 70. It's got a long way to go with the build. It needs a lot of meta crafting still. It still needs a lot to go with fixing all the strength, the intelligence. I need to get like 2,000 more life on the build. Got a lot of stuff to go. So it's pretty much the normal Accuracy Stacker build. You know, the crazy looking skill trees where you take all the jewel slots. Very goofy looking tree. I'm going to say overall, if you want to play this build, you need to have a lot of currency going into it. It is not cheap to play at all. So it's pretty much your Juggernaut. You know, your first ascendancy is for your accuracy. This gives you a lot of attack rating. Unstoppable, movement speed, cannot be stunned. Pretty much really good with Juggernaut. And then your massive defensive layer. Your unflinching for your maximum endurance charge, gain endurance charge every second you get hit. And this helps your resistance actually, endurance charge too, and phys mitigation. And also you have the other endurance charge stacker, which gives you 4% resistance, chaos res per endurance charge, so it helps counteract the gloves. And you get a elemental damage reduction, you get phys damage reduction, a little bit, but it helps a little bit overall with defensive layer. It's really goofy skill tree, I'm not gonna lie, with this build. Because pretty much all you're really doing is going this way. You know, you have your strength here, you have Dex Intelligence here. I might go pick up this actually, just for 20 more accuracy rating, attack speed, and a little bit of damage. I'm probably going to end up going this way with 2 skill points to fix my strength, because I'm having a strength problem right now, which I'll explain later. You know, accuracy, going up this way. Jewel slot, surprisingly. Put all the jewels later. Life. So, and there's a lot of resistance right here. So, Might of the Meek is really good in this location. It pretty much boosts all your resistance, crazy amount. It takes away this though, but this makes up for it, turning these from, you know, a 18 jewel into a 27 jewel. Really good. You know, boosts all your strength here, your dex here. It also boosts all these life nodes a lot, which is really good. And luckily it doesn't count for this one. But like, you know, 7% life instead of 5 on each of these. It's 2, 4, 6, it's 10% more life alone just on this wolf spot. And another combo too with Might of the Meek is really nice. Is Might of the Meek also, if you look here, it boosts all of these nodes over here. Right here pretty much alone, that your Unnatural Instinct hits. So your Unnatural Instinct also gets bonus from the Might of the Meek. So the combo works really nice between the two. You know, you go up here, a lot of accuracy. If you want to go this way, you can. Pick up like these ones right here, but this is the only one you really need to get. up here. You want to get Transcendent Spirit here. This gives you 750 accuracy rating alone, which is really nice in this spot. It's the best spot for it. You know, unnatural. If you don't have unnatural, skip this whole section up here. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 points, and save them. Because skill points in this build are going to be very starved. You know, here I have Watcher's Eye with 1 stat on it. It's pretty much here for the life gain on hit with Vitality, because you're going to need that because of life taps. Your life is your mana pretty much in this build. Eventually become like a double precision Vitality jewel at the end. Precision, Vitality. It's just this was the cheapest wagon for 3x, so we start cheap. And then, you know, Accuracy. Intelligence if you need it. Strength if you need it. You know, Wind Dancer for defensive layer. Accuracy. You have life here if you want to get this eventually, which I'll probably end up getting these, at least the 8% later. But the 10% I mean. Really good. You know, you have your point blank here, a cluster jewel slot. I'm going to eventually take these 3. When I get more levels in for at least the jewel slot and then eventually the cluster. Over here, like there's projectile speed I need to get eventually. You have more crit over here I got to get eventually. Your life. Thread of Hope. Pretty much Thread of Hope is here. You want large. It's pretty much here. I would say on this one, make sure you go lowest on the resistance as possible. Because resistance on this build sucks. It's here to get Aspect of the Eagle for life, accuracy, damage, movement speed. Then you have Master Fletcher over here for damage, attack speed, accuracy. King of the Hill, accuracy, crit, knockback, which gets annoying, but it's there. But pretty much a lot of crit with this build. 80% is massive. And then you have piercing shots up here for projectiles to pierce 2 additional targets. Really good. You know, your defensive layer with acrobats. Jewel slot, I need to get this one too. This jewel slot up here would be my double split personality. Up here, like you have the frenzy charges, which I'll probably, this will be like one of the later things I go for frenzy. Frenzy charge makes your build go crazy speed. Life leech, you do need this one. This is very important. And then the last jewel slot. So for now, I put the split personality up here. I'm gonna put the second one right here, at least to get the accuracy and life from this. But pretty much accuracy and life are 2 things I'm looking for in split personality. You do want 2 of them. They both go in your cluster jewel setup endgame. Like that's pretty much the base of the tree. Really, all it's gonna be at this point is cluster jewel, scaling both of those out. Each cluster jewel alone takes about 8 points each, so that's 16 levels alone right there. So that's level 86. If you look at like 86, 87, 88, you can even go this way too. 89, 90, 91, 92, 3, 4, 5, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. And that's not taking, you know, the strength here, anything else on the tree. Like that's a ideal 100 layout. And you're going to anoint the, because eventually I got to anoint this right here for another frenzy charge. Because you're going to have, you want a frenzy charge stack to build. But the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to do those exact 100 points. I got to see exactly where the tree lies on at the end. Because I don't look at level 100 trees usually. I go a lot lower. It just depends where does the build fill out. That's it for that part. So the gear, it's pretty basic on your accuracy builds. Obviously my gear right now is still leveling, trying to get levels in. Thicket bow. This is I'm trying to metacraft this bow. You need it. I don't know 86 is good to get because if you get good rolls. It's pretty much Elder and Shaper merged together in the suffixes. So I took a Frenzy charge and I took a projectile damage 200 accuracy and merged them together. I did get a really shitty suffix though. I got dexterity, which you don't want at all on this build. There's other suffixes that are much better. So I'm going to probably end up keeping this one, finish it, and then make a second one. I'm going to get a lot more currency and try to get an actual good one. But pretty much at this point, it's going to be, you know, keep suffix. Suffix cannot be changed. Add speed. Get my speed stuff on there. Easily slam it and be done. And then it's pretty much life tap, so use your life instead of mana. GMP, Divergent, Accuracy, support. This is really expensive, but really good for the build. And then also, you have your Elemental. Actually, no, this is money to play with. You have your Elemental damage with attack support. This is pretty much a lot of damage. You can go with the what you want to call it, Originator. Okay. Oh. Wasn't planning to trade, we'll just do it. Let's get out of the way. I was kicking spam for this. So pretty much helps if I put volume on too, usually. There you are. Anonymous Mirage Archer. This one's pretty nice because it gives you Mirage Archer fires additional projectile with support skills that last 0.3 seconds. You want this to be 20% quality. The reason I left it at 13, it should have been left at 12 actually, is because you don't want that to go over 20. So you need to see how the bow finishes at the end, because you can also craft quality on top of this, which you actually do want to do, because the quality also affects the divergent additional accuracy. Because the more quality on this, the better. Because eventually I'm going to get a bunch of these and bow them all until they hit 23. And Tornado Shot for now. You can use Tornado Shot. You can use Lightning Arrow. Lightning Arrow is actually really good for leveling. I had other stuff in here too, I was using. You can use Siege Ballista. You can use whatever with this build, really. Siege Ballista is really good for bossing while leveling. And Lightning Arrows my whole entire way. I pretty much I went through the maps. Pretty much Gold Rim is still here because of my resistance. But it's pretty much Anonymous, Cash Damage Taken, Wave of Conviction, Ice Golem, and Sealskin. I don't know if this is going to be the exact same setup. This is just there for now. This is from last league setup. It's just because of the mana sustain this league. It's a lot different now. With the fact that the gloves, Assassin's Marks now cost mana. 130 for an Ice Golem. A Wave of Conviction that costs 52. A 37 Sealskin. It burns through mana really quick. That's why I got to see if this is worth doing. Otherwise, I might have to change some things around a little bit. But we'll see. This is a really good necklace for leveling. If you're going to level this build, I recommend getting this level early. It's 1,000 accuracy, level 20. It's very good for leveling. Quiver. This one is a Shaper Quiver 2-point because of accuracy. But pretty much this one I'm spamming Doubt Faustals on it until I get pretty much either crit strength multiplier or projectile speed. And then from there, eventually I got to metacraft this. I got Dex again for some reason. I keep getting Dex. But I'm going to keep this one and then get a new one and craft a new one instead. But pretty much with this one, you just keep suffix. And then you want to pretty much have the open suffix so you can get the, I think, additional arrow on this bow. But pretty much that Dex is really bad. So I'm just going to do a second one and just work with it. So at least I have one I can play with and one I'm working. But eventually, suffix cannot be changed. Aisling the prefix, work on the prefix, get the whole frenzies, all that kind of stuff going. But metacrafting's late league. Cloud Whisper Boots. If you're gonna play this build leveling, you must get Cloud Whisper Boots with no lab chance, because if you scour these off, they'll be level 20, and you can use them right at 20 and just level them slowly as you get there. It's pretty much dash, second wind, and the Lightning Arrow I'm leveling just in case I want to switch between Tornado Shot. Stygian Vice, 2 jewels. I would probably recommend a Strength jewel in here, to be honest. If you get a jewel with Strength or Intelligence on it, I recommend putting in the belt. It'll fix your whole entire tree problem. But pretty much, this is like an ideal one you want to get. I only have one of these. They are really hard to make, and they're really hard to come by on the market. T2 accuracy, global crit, life, and lightning damage. So this one is just a small version of it. No crit on it, but it's accuracy, life, and damage. Chest piece, Tabula is my leveling, and I just have the multi-totem Siege Ballista for if I want to switch to this one. It's use Tabula for leveling. Don't dump Tabula until you have a 6-link bow. Oscar, these level 52 gloves. Pretty much these ones, you want to get the 40% increased global accuracy rating. and then you eventually +1 frenzy. But it's pretty much your anonymous war banner, anonymous vitality. For vitality is pretty much there for the Watcher's Eye. You could level this up, but I don't think you can because of the mana problem. Precision for more accuracy. Eventually, I want to get anonymous just for the mana reduction by 10%. And then a Herald of Ice for the cluster jewel setup, pretty much. So you have to make sure with this build, do not put second wind in your gloves because of the way it changes with the curse on hit. Second wind would actually trigger the curse on hit and make curse on hit go from, or assassin mark, go from a 26 mana to a 56 mana. It screwed me overall leveling. I didn't realize it, but that's why I had to pretty much move the second wind and dash over here just so I don't screw myself over on that. So I'm probably going to end up leaving it like something, whatever. The build really does want a level 4 Enlighten very badly with the build. That would 100% solve all the problems. Because eventually, when you get the precursor rings in your mana, those both only have cold res on it. So that's when you're going to need like a herald up, like a purity of whatever element. That's when you're going to start really needing a purity, but the lightning. But for now, the setup works because precursors are super endgame. Pretty much both rings, this one, I just went on the market. I typed in total resistance, the highest I can buy, 20 chaos or less. This is like a 150 something resistant ring. So I just bought it, slapped it on. And this one was actually supposed to be the same as this one. I got this one when I originally made resistance, but I screwed it up. So I just kept this and fixed it. This one's nice too because it's accuracy, crit, life. Someone already had damage on it. And resistance. And they work, resistance almost capped out. It's just resistance. You do need the cluster jewels. With the prismatic heart is another 10% resistance, and I have 2 of them, so that's 20 res right there alone. Then I won't have it for a while. But like the resistance, these are nice because you have prismatic heart and snowstorm. Widespread destruction is the one you're not going to take with this build. So snowstorm gives you 8% of lightning damage as extra cold against chilled enemies, and your Herald of Ice chills your enemies for you. Well, it gives you cold damage, which helps chill. So that's why it's nice to have the combo. And the other split personality. The end game boots are Storm Rider boots. These are item level 80 plus. You want to go 85 and then Metacraft, like how the meta boots look. Tailwind, an elevated Tailwind, elusive, onslaught, all that crazy stuff. Replica Shroud is the best in slot chest piece. You cannot go Replica Shroud until you have a 6-link bow. Pretty much with this though, this is where a shit ton of your damage comes from. Accuracy, crit, all your jewels. It's going to pretty much skyrocket the build. It's just the intelligence is the problem. Lapis Amulet, this is to help fix the intelligence. This one is pretty much scorn slamming, so you get the T0 global crit multi until you get accuracy. How many it's going to take? I don't know. It's about 5 to 6 chaos per try. Oscar helmet, best in slot. These are expensive now because of other streamers playing this build, but pretty much you want to look for tornado. If you're playing tornado shot fires second projectile. If you're playing lightning arrow, you want a lightning arrow skill. If you're playing siege ballista, you want ice golem buff effect. So it depends really which version you're playing of this on which enchant you want. The enchants are expensive if they're in the game. So that's why I'm trying to farm land myself, and I got stuck with crappy frostblades. Flash setup is a mess. Like the only good one I have right here is Bubbling Divine Astaching for Corrupted Blood Immune. I have the Azeri's Promise Perfect Rolls. I'm going to try this one. I think this one will help with more leeching. But eventually, I might try Crit Flask to see how it plays this league. We might try Quicksilver Flask. I need to get Dying Sun. It's just Dying Sun's expensive right now. That's pretty much it. So, and the oil. I just need to get golden oil. So, you need a lot of stuff with this build. It's expensive. So, one way of also fixing your intelligence problem is in this slot right here, you get the jewel that changes Dex to intelligence. I forget what it's called, but that jewel, I might end up going that route too. with like corrupted blood on it or something, to convert all of this to dexterity, and then that pretty much alone will give me what, 20 on the jewel, 30, 40, 50, 65. So that would fix all the intelligence, and I can probably save my 1 skill point here by sacrificing a little bit of damage. And the build should have so much damage where it shouldn't make a difference. So I might go that route early on, and then late game, maybe switch it. But I gotta see too, because I might have to go this way to get the 20 strength up here. But I don't want to do that, so I might save those 2 skill points and just move this to here for now. And then try to get a jewel later that has strength on it. And just sock it in, and hopefully that solves the problem. It's just I gotta figure out which way I'm going with the build. But this build will have a lot of updates throughout the league, depending on where I get through at certain points of the league. But I'm hoping this build works. I'm only level 70, I just got the maps. I'm not going to do a map showcase yet because I'm still not at that point yet with the build. I'm still working on delving right now, so we'll show a delve this today. And then the next video should be more mapping. We can do level 70. We could actually go for this, I guess. These are low level though. Let's look for level 70 node. 69, 70s over here. 71. I mean, delving's real easy with the build. 71? Let's do 71 area. Like, I'm going to try doing Priest Lords after this too. But it's pretty nice with the build, you know. Auras, it's a 2-button build. You have your dash and you have your right click. But you shoot super fast. That's why you need the life nodes. But let's show. Damage is still getting there. Your life on hit is really big. That's why I'm using double life flask right now, because it definitely helps until I get this build to the point where I feel comfortable. And the mana flask you just want to have on for. I might end up having mana too. But you can see the build clears very well. Lightning Arrow is super fast through the campaign. If you're going to do this through the campaign, you know, make sure you have those boosts, the necklace. That's when you'll see a lot of your damage come in with the build. Your first lab is massive for the build, because that's what gives you something I got to go over real fast at the end of this. Like it was fun back in the day when I see people play this build where you can use mana and sustain no problem. You can just sit here forever just running circles. But you can see the build kills things pretty quick, and it's still missing a lot of its damage. POE for this will be in the description below at the current state. You know, I'm only at 28k right now with 22k accuracy. So there's definitely a lot of accuracy missing. But it does clear pretty well. You know, Lightning Arrow works. Any skill you want to use works well. Most annoying part about this build is that your golem dies nonstop. So I think that's everything. Oh yeah, so a lot of this build, the damage, you know, 1 to 6 lightning damage per 200 accuracy. 1 projectile attack for 200 accuracy. Here's the other one. Crit attacks crit strike for 200 accuracy. You know, your helmet, projectile attack for 200 accuracy. Like, that's why you want to stack accuracy, because of these 4 items bring you so much. And also your where is it at? Also this too, more attack speed for accuracy. Like, that's why this scales so well with accuracy with the Juggernaut, because everything goes together. And it's pretty much a work in progress. It's going to take a lot of currency for this build to get going. If I can at least get the build to the point where it can clear Awakener 8, we can slowly start investing and start working a second character at the same time, and go back and forth between the two. We'll have to see from there. So, hope everyone likes the video. If you'd like to see, subscribe down below. Come follow me on Twitch. We'll be streaming this build probably. And we're pretty much going to see where we can go with the build. We need a lot of Azelings with this build. Level 4, we need a lot of Hillock for the weapon. We need, or not, but the chest piece. There's a lot of stuff in general. A lot of harvest crafting. So I'll probably do a lot of harvest this league. So hope I liked the video. Hope to see everyone on the next one.